everyone, my name is Washeke Mary, or you can just call me She. And with me I have all these things here because I'm about to share with you my simple recipe of homemade mandazis, and we'll just go straight into action. Now on to the ingredients. With me I have all-purpose flour. You can either use the yeast or baking powder or both to make the mandazis rice, but for me I'm going to use only baking powder. I have sugar, I have iliki or cardamoms for flavor and good smell. I also have margarine, this is Blue Band, to make the mandazis softer. I have normal milk and coconut milk for flavor. I also have oil for frying the mandazis and eggs. Now, not everybody like eggs in their mandazis, and it's not a must you use them. Sometimes I also do not use them. First, I'm going to put 2 cups of flour in a bowl. This cup is 250 grams. So 2 cups is 500 grams. Then I'm going to set half a cup aside and I'll use it when I'm kneading. Then I'll put quarter cup of sugar. Then I'm going to add 1 spoonful of baking powder. That is 1 spoonful of this baking powder. Next I'm going to add cardamoms. The amount of cardamoms depends on you. For me, I'm going to use 1 spoon. This is a teaspoon and a half. Then I'm going to mix I'm going to mix flour, cardamoms, baking powder and sugar. You mix well for about 1 minute. You set it aside. Now let's make the liquid or the solution to mix with our flour. I have the 2 eggs. I have margarine that I melted. I have coconut milk and also have the normal milk that I'll set aside and use it during the mixing. All the milk is lukewarm. It's just simple. I'll beat the eggs. Then I will add the coconut milk, all of it. I'll add the margarine and mix. The normal milk, I'll set it aside and I'll add it during the mixing if this solution won't be enough. Now we have the flour that we mixed with cardamoms, baking powder and sugar, and we also have the solution or liquid that we mixed with coconut milk, eggs and margarine. We also have some extra milk, some extra flour, and now we are going to mix all of them and make the dough. I'll just make a hole at the center. Add a little liquid. You don't add all of it at once. Then I'll start mixing. Slowly by slowly. Now after you have some sticky dough, you're going to knead it on the table until it's stretchy and until it's no longer sticky, as you can see. Now we're going to knead it on the table and we're going to knead some flour. Pour it on the table. And now we start kneading it. We knead it on the table or on a surface. You need it like you're stretching it. It's like you're stretching it up, down. Okay, once you're done kneading and your dough is not sticky, as you can see, it's not as sticky as it was before. You're going to roll it into a ball. It's not sticky. Then you're going to take a bowl and just apply some oil. Then you put the dough inside. Now, after putting the dough in the bowl that you had spread oil all over, we are going to cover it for about 30 minutes to 1 hour, or as much time as you want. You can cover it using a paper. You can cover it using foil, or you can use a damp cloth. Now let's cover it. The reason we cover it is for the baking powder to react, so that the mandazis can rise when you cook them. Yani ndio zifure. There we go. We leave that for about 30 minutes to 1 hour. Now it's been more than 1 hour and I think our dough is ready. Here it is. And we are going to roll it. I'm going to divide it into two. Now these two pieces, I won't use both of them. One I'm going to store in a bowl. Cover it with a paper. You cover it nicely like this. Then I'll put it in the freezer to use it later on in the week. The remaining one I'll divide into 3 pieces. So now after dividing the dough into 3 round pieces, I'm going to roll them and cut them. When you roll, do not overstretch the dough. You make it a little thicker than that one of chapatis. You then cut it into 4 pieces. If you have a pizza cutter, the better. But a knife is equally good. With some thickness. Hope you can see the thickness. This is approximately the thickness. Ensure it's thick enough to give it an allowance to rise. To test if the oil is hot, when I think it's hot, I just put a small one. If it sinks then floats, it means that the oil is hot enough. So I'll just put big ones. Now, be careful with oil when you're deep frying anything. Also keep splashing oil on top of the mandazis to avoid them from cracking. When they are ready, you put them in a bowl with a serviette or paper towel on top for it to absorb excess oil. When the mandazis turn golden brown, like this, you remove them. Before I forget, we are cooking them on medium heat, not very high heat, so that they can cook slowly even in the inside. Keep turning them to avoid them from burning on either side. Now we are done. The mandazis are here. They look like this. If you have any questions or any extra tips, comment below. Also, do not forget to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.